I was going to write this out in my blog before I filmed, but I don't have the patience for that right now. I was just thinking that science and spirituality need to put their swords down and start merging together again like they used to in history. It's really important that this happens because on the science side and in the Western medical world, there's this belief that people who are having spiritual experiences are crazy. And science doesn't want to accept that spirituality can explain the why. Science can explain the what, how, where, when. It can't explain the why. We need to have meaning. We're not just here in meat suits operating like machines. Survival of the fittest, which we're still trying to get over that false narrative from Charles Darwin. It's an outdated theory of evolution. It needs to be updated. Spirituality can enhance science. Okay, so in one camp we've got that going on, mass delusion going on. Then on the other spiritual side of things, it's also mass delusioned. No logic is being used for people to discern what is true and what is not true, and they're being pulled into these false narratives, that they're starseeds or alien consciousness, or that they're not human, or they're focusing too much on what the soul is and if the soul chose to came to be here. And they've jumped about 5-6 different levels that they need to absorb and learn first, such as ancestors, afterlife realm, etc. Totally disregarding a whole field of knowledge. To the point where I'm getting people telling me that my ancestors aren't even my ancestors, that they're jinn or demons tricking me, pretending me to be my ancestors, when they don't know anything about my culture to even say that. A spiritual framework that I adhere to is from my culture, which is we believe in ancestors. They safeguard their bloodline. Okay? And a whole other bunch of false narratives. You got people in the spiritual community thinking that their soul signed a contract to be born on earth, to go through sexual abuse and rape and all of this trauma in life that they didn't deserve. They're thinking that their soul signed up for it as some kind of like school of education for humans, because apparently our soul needs to have human education. But I thought that soul was divine. If soul is divine, it doesn't need human education again and again and again and again to develop. Those are the kind of false narratives and false beliefs that people are jumping to because there's no logic or rational thinking going on in the spiritual side. So the spiritual side needs science as well. So they both need each other. So can they just both start merging, please? Because we're just getting towards more and more and more mass delusion on both sides. We're going to have a lot of people in aged care in the future having dementia because of this.